Many Republican voters, after the November victory of Trump, called it the greatest comeback in American political history. What we're actually living through is something a lot more dangerous. Trump 2.0, I guess is what we call it. It is the golden age of fraud. Fraud in a lot of different ways. Let me explain. The promises are bigger. The lies are bolder. The consequences are going to be even worse than last time. So let's start with the most glaring issue, the billionaire cabinet. If you thought his first administration was stacked with wealthy elites, this time he's really outdone himself. Trump has surrounded himself with an unprecedented number of billionaires, most of whom have no government experience, but plenty of personal agendas. And at the center of all of it is Elon Musk, who we've talked about, cozying up to Trump. He's a key player in this entire thing. But the fraud that is being perpetrated ranges from energy policy to infrastructure. Billionaire fingerprints are all over it. And don't forget that not only Musk, but some of these other billionaires that are in positions of power, they all have a stake in the game. They all stand to benefit or be damaged by federal government policy with respect to their industries. So this is the first fraud, giving these people this level of power. It's not just undemocratic, it's dangerous. But then it goes bigger. The next fraud is Trump as the alpha male leader, which we've talked about before. Of course, Trump's second term is proving to be as chaotic as ever, as self-serving as ever, as grievance-driven as ever. Trump still can't focus on policy details. It's constant turmoil, but his supporters are falling for the tough guy act. Trump's actually weak, but he pretends to be strong. Trump's actually erratic, but he pretends to be stable. And he is completely detached from reality. And that gets us to the economic fraud that is taking place. The promises were lower prices, business boom, so much growth that we pay off the debt and all this stuff. Everything's up right now. Now you tell me, at what point can we say that Trump is the one who should be held accountable? It does not mean presidents control everything, but that's why you should be a little conservative in the promises that you make. When can we say groceries are up and gas is up and businesses are struggling, the reckless trade policies, the deregulation, it's all bad? He said he'd be the greatest jobs president. We're not seeing any policy so far that will create jobs. In fact, he's potentially going to get rid of jobs through the policies he's putting in place. So that's the third fraud that is being carried out. Number 4 is the outright corruption. We know from the first term, scandals, yes. The grift and corruption are even more blatant this time. Trump's businesses continue to rake in money from foreign assets. Trump's family members are cashing in at every turn. And Trump has really outwardly turned the presidency into a personal profit machine. And he's defrauding his followers by saying, oh, I won't take a salary. The salary is like, I think, $400,000 a year. Trump's not taking it. Wow. But by being in power, not only is Trump staying out of prison, first of all, Trump is able to turn the country into a personal profit machine. And now he's got a billionaire cabinet saying, absolutely, sir. So what does it mean for the average American? Fewer opportunities and higher prices. A government that is run for the ultra wealthy, by the ultra wealthy, not for regular people. And a leader who is putting ego and his bank account above the needs of the country. So Trump 2.0 isn't a comeback. It's a fraudulent disaster. If you value, let's get away from the partisan sort of lens and use a value-based lens. If you value democracy and accountability and decency, this is what we feared. So my question to you is this indeed shaping up to be the golden age of fraud? Or am I missing something? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in an email, info@davidpakman.com. On the bonus show today, I will fully catch you up about my trip and what's going on with the show, things upcoming, and a bunch of other stuff. You can get instant access to the bonus show by signing up at joinpakman.com. We are now just 5.5 weeks. Actually, is it 6 weeks today? Maybe it's 6 weeks. No, 6 weeks minus 1 day away from the release of my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine. There is one place to get signed copies of the book, and that is davidpakman.com/booksmith. My Boston-based publisher has made an arrangement with Brookline Booksmith. It's a local bookstore in the area. If you buy the book at davidpakman.com/booksmith, it will be signed. They will handle shipping and delivery. When I'm up there meeting with my publisher soon, I'm going to sign however many signed books I need to sign. And that's the way to do it. Of course, you can get the audiobook, Kindle, all of that stuff also available. So I will see you on the bonus show. I will be back tomorrow. Great to be back in the studio. Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine. And in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, the Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.